Hi, I'm Patty.
I'm Kim Michelle.
And I'm Jill. Welcome to our podcast. It's a great day to talk.
Because honestly, what day isn't a great day to talk?
So join us in our conversation.
A Great Day to Talk is brought to you by St. George Design, offering complete website design, social media management, search engine optimization, Google and Facebook ad management, and many other digital and print marketing services. stgeorgedesign.com. And by Richardson Brothers Custom Homes, third-generation builders who have been building custom homes in southern Utah for over 25 years. They will take your dream home from concept to completion. Contact richardsonbrothers.com.
Hello, all of our friends out there.
Hello.
Hello to my friends.
Hello,
here.
ladies.
Hello. We are three friends. Great day to talk. Thanks those of you that have been joining us, and thanks to anybody who has joined us. We are here together in studio, and to my right is my sweet friend Kim Michelle.
Hello, everyone.
And to her right is my other sweet friend, Patricia.
Hello.
AKA Patati.
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 P. Diddy.
Potato.
And we just, before we jump in, we just completed our, almost a full week of school. We had students last week, Tuesday and Thursday.
Or Thursday and Friday.
I mean,
And today, Monday, Tuesday,
gosh.
Wednesday. Yeah,
See, I'm already there.
I kind of am still a little in denial that it started.
I'm
very
goody.
clear it started.
Yeah, that too.
I am both living in the land of denial and stumbling over all of my words and trying to get my groove on.
Yeah.
Jill gets her groove on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's been nuts.
Yeah.
It's not that it's been nuts. It's just that it's been,
Well, I think
What is
it
it?
takes a minute to get into flow.
I think I'm older too. And it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's not coming as quickly as I
Right.
like it
used
to come.
to.
So how was your first week, Michelle?
It was awesome. It really was. I just am so thrilled for the opportunity to be back in the classroom, and I love it as much as I remembered it. So that part is awesome. I love the kids. Even the kids that are being a pain to me already, I can be a bigger pain. So game is on. So bring it. So I'm really loving that. Obviously, the technology part of it, I am scrambling. I'm like the duck that is floating on the water, majestic and peaceful, but my feet are going as fast as they can possibly go on that technology stuff. And finally, I was just really honest with my classes and said, listen, we're doing stuff on paper until I figure out some of this technology stuff, and we're going to get there. And I just told them the truth because that's what I want them to do with me. So we had a really honest conversation about it. And one of the gals actually came up to me after class, and she said, I helped another teacher with this. So really, I can come in after school and I can help you get it all set up. It was the sweetest thing.
That's so nice.
And that would have never happened if I wouldn't have been willing to just say, I don't know this stuff yet, right? I don't know this part of it, and I'm doing my best to figure it all out.
Right.
But it was the sweetest gesture, and I'm just so thankful for that. So, when some people found out I was coming back in the classroom, they were concerned for me because they were like, oh, you don't know how the kids have changed. And I know that that's all true, and I know the kids are dealing with different stresses than maybe they were when I was in the classroom 17 years ago, and not.
right. Kids are kids.
Right.
Wherever you go, kids are kids.
And I love them. I really do already. We're having a lot of fun together already. And so, I'm just really blessed.
Now, what has been the toughest thing, AKA the temperature?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. So, we live in the desert. And
Not
so,
dessert. Not dessert.
Right. Oh, if we were living in dessert, then I would be loving it that much more. But so, and I think I mentioned this, that getting my room ready, we would work in there for like an hour and then just be pouring sweat. My husband and I, who bless his heart, would go over there with me. So today I went over there and I opened my door, and we also have back to school night tonight. So as soon as it's over, I will be heading right back over there for back to school night. So it's a pretty full day. And so as soon as I opened my door, it was just like, it just hit me. Yeah. And I'm like, it is a sauna in here. And so I went to the front office, and we did not have air conditioning today in my classroom. And oh gosh, it was hot. And those students, bless their hearts, they really did the stellar given that circumstance. And you know, they were respectful. Some of them were probably either sleeping or passed out. I'm gonna go for sleeping,
Right.
because when the bell rang, they got up and left. So
they were
I'm
fine.
going for sleeping.
Yeah.
But boy, that talk about working to not go victim to circumstance. Whew, it was really an opportunity for me to grow into that today, because it was difficult.
But they didn't. It's interesting that they didn't say, let's get you to the library or get you someplace where there is air, or try to, and
Lecture hall.
yeah, or bring in a fan. I mean,
Well, I do co-teach with one teacher in the first period, and about halfway through, she just said, I have a fan in my room, and I'm going down to get that and bring it up to you. And she left it with me for the rest of the rest of the day.
That
so,
was
Yeah.
so nice.
you know,
I just-
it was
Miserable.
I think that it's just uncalled for.
right. I think it should be that we should let school out when that happens. I just,
And I know we're not, those are first world problems.
Right.
oh, for sure. And at the same time, oh man,
Yeah.
it is
That's hard.
hot.
Well, if you've been in the desert when it's 105 outside and the buildings are all enclosed with no windows, and you get into the afternoon and your room has all the morning sun,
yeah.
so you
Oh,
get
right.
that.
Because you're on the outside.
Thankfully,
west
you're not on the
or east
with
side.
the west side.
Yeah.
With the afternoon sun, I can't even imagine what that would look
Yeah.
like. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
How big are your? I'm sorry, Jill. How many students are you?
So I have
Average.
8 class periods that I teach. So there are 10 periods, and I teach 8. So I have 257 students.
So, yikes! I think I'm around 240, but I teach 7 classes.
yeah.
So are your classes average over 30 each?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yeah. See.
But some will still move in and out,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know. So I think we're still working to get all of that figured out and get that adjusted. And so we'll figure it out. I'm sure that there'll be a massive flux of more students into the most popular teacher, Mrs.
That's probably
Pullman's
true.
class.
That's probably
So, yeah, I probably have to go down to the counselor and say, you know, I just, as
I can't take
popular
anymore.
as much as
Right.
everybody wants
Right.
to be
Right.
in there, we might have
Right.
to say no at this point. Yeah.
I can see why. They'll
Yeah.
have to try again later.
Yeah.
Well,
It's going to be true.
I don't think our district realized all of the new move-ins that were going to be happening, because
Yeah.
I'm at 38 and
In a
mine-
class.
in a classroom,
average
and my
class.
classroom's not big, and it's tricky to have that many students.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
Behavior
a lot.
management, I mean, it really becomes more about behavior management than working or teaching and interacting
Well,
individually with kids
yeah.
in a way that's around academics.
And I I don't think Utah should be proud of teach them deep and teach them cheap.
Yeah,
No. Mm-mm.
And I think we've improved as a state a little bit,
a
but
little bit.
And, you know, to Utah's credit, I think that there are remarkable teachers in the state of Utah, and that's because teachers here take that role very, very seriously, to their own detriment, however, because that can be taken advantage of then by society in general.
Sure.
Yep.
But I do think there was maybe it did surprise them. I know that we took over probably 130 new enrollments just the couple of days before school started.
That was about the same for us,
yeah,
too.
and I really don't think anyone anticipated that to be the case. So, I think that's part of it as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because when you look at how many, if you're just even doing just an average of 30 students per class, and you've got, just think about how many teachers are missing for those to go to 8 periods a day, or in your case, 10 periods a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or 5 periods a day, right? You're on
Yeah,
the 5
we're
block.
five-
Oh, yeah,
we're on the
yeah,
four
yeah,
block.
yeah.
Yeah, I just talked to my friend who went from the 5 block to the 4 block, and she is so happy.
Is she?
She loves it.
Mm-hmm.
Made a difference, huh?
Made a
Yeah.
Yep.
I think there's going to be an ongoing conversation
around
about
that.
that. And there are things that I really love about that, especially maybe with your 10th and 11th grade. With your seniors, and I'm new to this, I think, though, with your seniors, there's got to be a reason for them to be staying in school as seniors if they're on the 10 period, which has allowed them to really have everything they already need to be
they get their
able to
credits done
graduate.
quicker.
Yeah, they get their credits done quicker. So there's got to be something that is keeping them engaged in the academic system in high school that senior year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're easy to lose. Their
Yeah.
motivation is on the cusp.
I won't be losing them because they'll be handcuffed to my... Wait, I probably shouldn't say that. That's probably not
Right. We
illegal.
don't handcuff our kids.
Right, that was a total... I was
Typically.
kidding. That was
Typically.
totally kidding, yeah.
So, Patty, what did you like about the first week?
Oh, getting back to a schedule, and meeting the kids. You know, I just love the kids.
Yeah, I
It's
do too.
A good time. And like talking about what I love to talk about too.
Right.
My subjects, language arts or psychology, seeing kids learn is fun.
Yeah.
Light bulbs go off. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I love the most about it's just being back involved and active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it for sure.
Yeah.
And you, Jill?
Just seeing the kids again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's really, that's the same thing. I mean, you can't be a teacher for as long as we've been teachers. If you don't like the
kids.
job,
Yeah.
you don't like what
Yeah.
you're doing. There's absolutely, there's just no reason for it. That's
Right.
just bad news
Yeah.
all around.
Yeah.
So that is seeing the kids, and it's been so interesting getting to know them. I had them do this survey, and it wasn't just your basic questions around
Favorite color.
Yes, it
best
wasn't any of
food.
that, right? It was, they were more in depth. They had to really kind of think about it. And the responses have been so interesting. And that's what I love, is getting to know them early on, more in depth, so that I can kind of use that to my advantage, so that I can, connect with them more.
Yeah.
So that's been fun, reading those things.
Yeah.
For sure. And
Yeah.
things that some of my students have been through, I just think, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you're here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, ladies, I'm glad to hear it was a good week for you guys.
Yeah.
Good week for me. We're almost done. It's hump day. Hump day's over. So, 2 more days. Golden.
Right. Yeah.
Golden. So when we talked about what we were going to talk about today, my request was that we keep it kind of light today. There is so much heaviness and heavy things going on in the world. There's always heavy things going on in the world.
but
Always.
especially.
But right now it feels extra heavy, and
Yeah.
and maybe with the addition of school and that coming back into play, maybe that's why it is. So my request was keeping it light, and I was looking around at funny things, and one of the funny things that I came across was using humor in conversations, and it kind of fit in with where we're at right now with the start of school, getting to know people. It falls into play with having more humorous relationships with work, you know, in our work environments, having more humorous relationships with even just the people in our lives. It just kind of hit me when we were at the dinner table.
That's what I was just going to
The other
say. I
night.
think this would be great dinner table chat
Yeah.
with your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were at, and this is kind of why I was thinking I would like to talk about something light and funny. So we were at the dinner table, and somehow, I don't remember who it was, I really think it was Max, came up with this question and asked, is ketchup a smoothie? And I was like, okay, I don't want to talk about that. That's so dumb. But then everybody started to like throw in their ideas and throw in their thoughts. And we were laughing so hard, you know. So somebody said, no, it can be a smoothie because it doesn't have fruit in it. Well, tomatoes are fruit. Well, you know, so we were just bantering back and forth. And then next thing you know, Max, of course, pulls up a YouTube video where this is an actual debate that was before a mock court. And, you know, so, you know, it was just so funny. So I was looking around for stuff like that. And I found this website, and it's about having conversations and conversation starters. So, excuse me, they had 81 funny questions to ask using humor to improve workplace relationships. So I thought maybe we could read some of these and banter back and forth and come up with, and then just dialogue about how we could use these kinds of things in our workplace and in with the students and with family and all that. So
I think that's a great idea.
okay, so
The two of you should banter.
you'll be the referee and you'll watch. So one of the first questions on here was, if animals could talk, which would be the rudest?
The rudest.
Yes.
It's funny because I think we have seen so many movies with animals that have been cartoons. The characters have personalities. And so I go right back to, well, the hyenas and the Lion King were pretty rude.
That's true.
Right? So yeah, who would be the rudest animal?
I think it would be the badger.
Oh,
I mean,
because they're badgering
they're a
you.
badger.
And they badger.
Yeah.
I just think birds.
Because birds,
all birds
you
are
can't trust birds,
Especially pigeons.
Oh, yeah.
right? Because they talk to each other.
'Cause they talk to each other.
They devise a plan against you.
Right. So the thing that I would add to this, if animals could talk, which would be the rudest, is and why. And we kind of did that automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these would be fun little starters for preparing kids to write an argumentative essay.
Right.
I think they'd be great. And like
Just
I said,
fictional, but
yeah, like I said, I think they're great little, if you do starters at the beginning of class, they'd be a great little starter, and then share with, you know.
yeah, wake up your brain for a second. What do you think?
Yeah.
Right.
And it gets them writing and thinking and, you know, and then speaking. I think it's great. Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. Would you rather have no nose or no arms?
I'm going to go no nose
No nose, and why?
because, I don't want to be a mouth breather. Now,
You might have
let
to
me
think about that.
But I mean, we can live without smell, and if we didn't have a nose, we wouldn't have as much taste either, because
Yeah.
a lot of our taste is dependent on smell.
What would happen if you
But
sneezed?
if I didn't have my arms, I don't know.
touch you. And what if you were choking? Because
You
like
couldn't
your
breathe.
nose is like a little backup plan, isn't it?
Oh, right.
In certain times, well, for certain things, like if you've got food, but what about like when
But
you
if
swallow
the
the wrong
person
way?
next to you had no arms, they couldn't give you the Heimlich. So
Right.
Okay, then
there
you'd have
is
to,
that.
You'd have to learn that trick of throwing your chest over the back of a chair and shoving
giving yourself the Heimlich.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I still would like arms.
You would like arms.
I think I would still want to.
You wouldn't be able to talk.
I could. You're right.
I don't know that
Pat,
I
you wouldn't
could
be able to
either,
talk.
and you couldn't hold that grandbaby. So
I know.
But you could
I know.
smell his head.
Yeah, you
Ooh,
could.
that is a
yeah,
good smell.
Yeah. I think I would go with half my nose because then I'd still have a full nose.
Yes, but Kim Michelle,
my
it
nose
doesn't
is like-
say.
Can't say.
It
Can't do
does
that.
not say.
Well, who
Would you do
who
half a
says
nose
that
and
I
one
can't
arm?
rewrite my rules?
But
This is why nobody will want to play this game with me ever.
well, okay. If you had no arms, you wouldn't be able to pick your nose.
Well, that's true too.
Would that be a bad
scratch
thing or
your
a good
nose.
thing?
Scratch your nose.
Well, yeah.
But if you had no nose, it would never scratch.
That's fine. Wouldn't itch.
Right.
Wouldn't itch. Oh, but gosh,
It'd never be stuffy.
I'd be so sad to not smell coffee in the morning.
But you
you
could
could
still
taste it.
taste it. Maybe
Well,
No, you
not
can't
as strongly.
Not as good.
Not as
good.
strongly.
Can you really taste without smell?
Not much.
Not very
much,
well.
yeah.
And really, there's no point in eating. Well, there is still always a point in eating.
I would
That's
probably
survival.
Taste it.
I don't want to put this out there and then have it happen, but I would probably, so I am not choosing this universe, but I'm just saying in a hypothetical world, I would probably go without a limb because I have many nieces and nephews that are absent a limb, and there's amazing technology that
Yes.
lets them be completely
Yep.
even ahead of the game in some ways. So that can probably be, a limb can probably be manufactured so that you can still do everything that you could do before, but a nose, I don't know that that could be replaced. So I think that would be my answer.
Interesting. I have a nephew that does not have the use of his arms, and he is the most talented, strongest, amazing dude out there. I'd have to ask him, would he like to lose his nose and see if he can't smell anymore? Or would
Yeah.
he rather have his arms? Well, that just
Yeah.
took a sad turn. That took
I
a
know,
weird
and
turn.
I
Okay.
that's so funny because I have a niece who doesn't have the use of one of her arms.
Oh my
so
gosh.
everything she does is one arm. You know, putting in contacts, washing your hair, getting your clothes on with just one arm, and she's the mother of 2 teenage girls, and
yeah.
drives and
Holy cow.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. All three
Yeah.
of us have
That is interesting.
nieces and nephews.
All right, next one. If you could be a fly on the wall, who would you want to listen in on? That was awesome. You guys just did that in total unison. There was
Who
not
would I
even
want
a
to
cue.
listen into? I mean, in on. Gosh, if I could not do anything with the information, and I'm a fly, so I really couldn't do anything with the information unless I'm the fly in the book that we read, which means I can peck out or do something with the information.
Well, or fly on the wall could be the metaphor of you just get to sit in there and listen to everything.
Well, then can I still do something with the information?
It doesn't say that.
Doesn't I think
It just
That's
says
why I'm
if you
asking
could be
for
a fly on the
clarification.
wall. You have to be a fly. You have to be on the wall. Who would you like to listen to? That's our statement.
I wonder when our listener listens. I wonder if it takes them long enough, as long to think about who would we want to listen to. So at some level, it would be interesting to be able to listen to how all the decisions are made in the government.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which governmental wall?
Well,
Yeah, whose?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe we're going to rank them. Rank them, top 3.
Oh,
Even though it doesn't say pick your top 3. I'm going to say now. I'm going to add that in.
okay. My top 3 places I would want to listen in on.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. So if we were in the presidential office and we got to listen to how they made some decisions, any president,
Right.
and because I think oftentimes we don't know how they came to a decision and think they just willy-nilly probably threw that decision out there sometimes.
That doesn't happen.
I don't think so. I think they probably, I know sometimes I'm like, well, where were the advisors on that one?
Right.
So I'm sure there was something there. that would be interesting to me. Or
I want to listen in on what my kids say when I'm not around.
I don't think that's what I would listen to.
I don't know.
Do I stay in my fly form or do I go back to my human form?
What do you want to do?
Well, if I stay in fly form, I definitely don't want to know that because I can't do anything about it. If I go back to my human form, then
Can you take the information with you?
yeah, and if I take the information with me, then that would be good because then I can do something with it and about it. If I can't, then I probably, if I can't do anything about it, then I probably don't want to know because that would drive me crazy to know and not be able to do anything about it. So then I would probably like to just listen into Pink in the studio.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I love her. Yes.
Yeah. So that's probably
I
what
would be a fly
choose.
on the wall listening to Bono talk about me.
Talk about you.
It might be a
And
very
about
short conversation,
When-
Jill. I'm just saying.
No. You guys remember he's written into our marital license and contract that
That's
when
right.
he's through touring, he comes back and becomes husband number 1, and Judd becomes
Guardian
husband
over
number
your
2.
kids.
Right. Yeah,
You get the
exactly.
kids, I get Bono.
Yeah.
That's it.
Judd, I think you might be safe. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Come on,
I'm
stop that.
guessing. I'm only guessing.
I'm gonna actually listen in to Bono chat about me, or listen into them sing, or just listen into what they talk about.
Yeah.
I just think that would be so interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
All the rest of it would probably make me too sad. Listening into the government would probably just piss me off too much.
Yeah.
So I think
that's
I'm going
true
to go
too.
with the
Yeah,
happy
if I
Bono.
can't do anything about it, that's true. That would be frustrating for me.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, if you could, here's another one, conversation starter for whenever you're with people or around people. If you could be in any movie, what would it be?
I got this one.
Go.
I would love to be in Greece and be Sandy, or in any movie with John Travolta where we're singing and dancing.
It would be like real life karaoke for you.
It
Yeah,
totally would
I
be.
know. Because sometimes my karaoke song is Hopelessly Devoted.
Oh,
But now there's no
place to
hide.
You just
Push your love aside. I'm out of my head. Hopelessly devoted to you.
Patty, you've got it.
Yeah.
I would buy you a leather jacket to do.
I might have one.
I want to be
Oh,
a
I think I
Pinky
do have one,
Tuscadero.
Mm.
Maybe.
I think
Sassy
you're,
pants.
yeah, I think you're a little too sweet. Virginal.
Dang it. You know, I did love like Staying Alive and Saturday Night Live, and
Yeah,
where
all
he
those.
dances and all those. Yeah, I
Ooh,
love
the
I love
Bee
John
Gees.
Travolta.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
You do? You love John Travolta? I
do.
I did
Yeah.
not know that about you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of, and why?
I don't know.
It's part of that
maybe how
era,
he
too.
walks. You know, when he's strutting.
He definitely had the swag.
Yeah, he did.
That is funny. I did not picture you with John Travolta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw
think-
Grease in the movie theaters when I was 9,
And since then,
and it's
it's
just
been crushed since then.
yeah.
That is the first movie I saw in the theater, and my dad took me. And my mom, I don't remember how this came about, but suddenly the idea was that my dad was going to take each one of us for a date. And I was the first, being the oldest, and I wanted to go see Grease. So we went to the theater, and we were watching it, and I was loving it. And then all of a sudden, my dad pulls his wallet out and hands me some money and says, "Go get a big thing of popcorn." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
Did he say like right now?
Yes, he did. Actually, he was like, hurry and go get some popcorn. Oh, okay. That, we didn't have a lot of money, so that to me was like, what is happening? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So came back, ate the popcorn, and then flash forward many, many years, and I watched it again, And it comes to the
Where was that scene?
It was
part
the
where
scene in the in the back seat.
Yep.
And I was flabbergasted
Yep.
because I thought, that's it. My dad, that's why he sent me to get popcorn. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't see that. He was probably mortified because my dad is just, I mean, he's pretty traditional, and
Yeah.
he was probably turning 14 shades of red. But anyway,
Yeah.
so that's my little tangent on the Grease. On Patty's gonna be in Grease with John Travolta.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I think I'm in Schmigadoon.
Oh,
What?
that is so funny. We've been watching it.
What is that?
Schmigadoon. It's on,
on
that's
Apple.
the new one.
Right.
With Adam
Um,
Sandler.
Nope. The girl
No.
from Saturday,
Saturday
Night
Night Live.
and Key or Peel.
Oh, yeah.
Key.
I forget
Key.
which one. Okay, I watched the first episode of it.
Yeah.
Is that funny?
It
So good.
is just sweet and funny and satirical and really
you-
loved it.
Who would you play?
I
Or were they
I
created
play
part for you?
all the parts.
Okay, not a very special part.
Or they would craft a very special.
You could just
a
be
very
the
special
main,
part.
the main girl, the lead.
I could.
Yeah.
Patty.
I think you could absolutely be the
yes, then
lead.
I would be her.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, no. So
And actually, Scott watched the whole thing with me. And we watched that and Coda, which is
we just finished Coda last night.
oh my gosh, I've not heard
So
of that one
good.
either.
Children of Deaf Adults.
Yeah.
Oh.
So good. Crying.
We
so
cried.
good. Yeah, it really is just so sweet. We had a big movie weekend, and then we went and saw what's the new
Ryan Reynolds.
yes
movie? I don't know.
Fog something guy,
Was it good?
Let's see.
Free Guy.
Oh,
Oh, my
Free Guy,
gosh. Yeah. It is good.
I like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I
I do too.
think he's so dang funny.
Yeah. It's really it's good.
Well,
But it would be Schmigadoon.
Schmigadoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what movie.
Appropriate for all audiences.
Yes.
I have no idea which movie I'd be in because I can never remember the movies that I see. I'd have to call Judd really fast or text him and say,
Yeah, you can do
which
that.
movie would I want to be in? I think I'd be a fantastic star on the stage or on the movie, whatever it is. I don't think it would be a scary one. I wouldn't want to do a scary one. I would want to be in, I don't know.
Yeah.
What movie do you guys think I should be in? Because you guys both remember movies and you both remember lines. And I do not.
Well, I think so. Schmigadoon is a series, and
Yeah.
I mean Ted Lasso would be fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I loved it.
That's the one I would be in. I would be in Ted Lasso just because he's so dang funny.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
He's
Love that show.
hysterical. Did you
It's-
guys watch the Christmas one?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, I won't say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Zero.
Okay, I'll get caught up so we
Yeah.
can talk about it
Okay.
later.
That's what I would do. I
Yeah.
would be in Ted Lasso. I would be Ted Lasso's best friend.
Abby said, I watched all the Ted Lassos, and it just makes me want to be a better person.
Oh,
It
really
true,
does.
right?
Yeah.
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 Oh, I'm going to be doing some of that in my room, so I'm sure I can get away with watching some of that.
there you
Yes.
go. Put that on
Along
there.
with Schmigadoon.
Yes.
just like saying
I just like
Schmigadoon.
saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Corn pudding.
Yes,
Corn pudding.
pudding. And I make a delightful
Clearly, I
cornbread
don't
pudding.
know.
You do.
I do.
Well,
Put pudding in the corn and the corn in the pudding.
what was I vaguely remember? See,
That's
that was
from
like
Schmigadoon.
that was like the first episode, wasn't it?
One of them.
And I don't even remember.
or sec-
And
yeah.
like you're singing it, and I'm
And you're just like
vaguely-
kind of dying because it's so funny.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's what
Love
I have
it.
to do tonight.
Love
is
it, love it, love
just
it. Yeah.
Veg. Okay, Patty, do you have the list?
I do.
Pick some.
Let's see. What is the most boring sport?
Oh gosh,
It has to be rugby.
Curling.
I'm sorry, rugby fans. Maybe it's just because I don't get it, but you have to lay the egg and then do something.
You do? Isn't that Quidditch? Or you do
don't-
something with
Quidditch is
I
from
don't-
Harry Potter.
That's not a real
I
sport,
know.
Patty.
But they do something with that little guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Soccer is just so long. They just run and run and run and get down there and don't score, and
I know. Aren't you
they end
tired
with a
for them?
0-1.
I know.
Mine would
I mean, I like it, okay, but
mine would have to be NASCAR. And Carrie, our friend, is going to be like,
and
"You're
Carrie's
so dumb."
listening right
Carrie
now.
Moody?
Carrie Moody, you're listening right now. Yes,
Carrie,
but she knows.
you need a new friend. I like
She-
NASCAR.
Yeah.
She knows. My brother, I don't know if he still watches it, but he watched it for a while, and he would say it's the only sport I can get in my chair and fall asleep and wake up and it looks the same.
You haven't missed
that's
a
true.
Haven't missed anything.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
I used to think golf was pretty boring to watch, but
now
I
you're
don't.
a golfer.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not. Let's not go that
No,
far.
you are a golfer.
I haven't golfed in so long.
You
Okay.
have the skirt. You have
Yeah.
the shirt.
You have the cute
the
shoes.
visor.
I have golf clubs.
You have the visor.
Yeah, you're a golfer.
That's a golfer.
However, it's still not my favorite thing to sit around and watch golf, but I don't hate watching the Masters or
Right.
Right, yeah.
if I know a couple of the guys, I'll watch for a minute. But I'm
You know
not
them
gonna sit there
personally
forever.
that play in the Masters? That
Well,
is amazing, Patty. Tell us more.
No, I don't really know them, but know their names. And my dad watched golf. Riley watches golf. My brother's
Yeah.
golf. So, yeah. But I was like, how could you just sit and watch golf? It's so slow.
You know what?
But it's not that bad.
I think it would be awful too. Well, not too, but I think it would be awful too. When I lived in New York, the LPGA,
Yeah.
that's what it
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
to think.
Ladies Professional Golf
Association.
Professional gosh.
Gosh, I got to go
Oh, fun.
one day, had at whatever country club it was, and it was so dumb. We had to walk so far to stand and watch one thing, and then walk so far.
Then you run to the
And
next
then
hole.
watch
No.
thing,
And
then
you have to be quiet.
You can't. Well, and the quiet part wasn't as bad as the walking really far and getting somewhere to stand there for a few minutes. And then, of course, all the people are there. So being the short one, I can't ever see anything. So I did not enjoy. I'm gonna have to say
but
that was
that's
not
what's
mine.
fun about NASCAR, because NASCAR, if you go to a real, on TV, no, but if you go to a real race and you go with your friends, you go there and you sit with all of them, and really you're just hanging out and having a great time with your friends, and then you watch the last two laps around to see who wins.
Yeah.
The whole
That's
rest of the
it.
day's just
and you're
there with your friends hanging out,
and
talking.
You're deaf by that point.
Well, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Well, there are some boring sports. Okay.
Yep.
Pick another one, Patty.
Last one.
What musician do you think would make the best teacher?
Bono.
Of course, besides Ed Candland,
Oh,
our good friend. Ed.
Right, our good friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does make the best teacher, and
Totally.
he is a musician.
Yeah.
Or Kristen Candland.
Oh,
Yeah,
his
that's
wife.
true, too.
She
Uh-huh.
is amazing.
Yep.
Amazing, amazing.
Well, and of course, Haley Winslow.
Haley Winslow.
Oh my gosh, we have
and
so
Mike Winslow.
and Mike Winslow. We have so many fabulous
That
Farron
we
Holt.
know.
Farron
Oh
Holt.
my word!
Yep.
Talk about inspirational. Those
Musicians
people are
who
all
were
inspirational.
amazing musical teachers. However,
And the Winslows saved my son,
mhm,
like truly in his
in-
musical.
with percussion and
Yep.
Yep.
Love them. Love them. Okay.
so
Who-
Bono.
Oh,
Besides,
Yeah.
okay, you can't say your boyfriend for everything.
oh, why?
He can't be the answer to
He's
all
the
of
answer
these
to
questions.
all my prayers.
or your prayers.
Let's see. Which musician? Ed Sheeran.
Oh yeah, he'd be so fun.
yeah.
And he'd be fun to listen to.
Yeah.
And fun to talk to.
Yeah.
And I would just get lost in listening to his accent.
Jason Mraz, James Taylor.
Oh, yeah. Who else?
Well, I think Pink would be
Oh.
awesome. I think Kelly
Well, and also
Clarkson
Pete
would
can't be your
awesome.
answer.
Well,
for
I also
everything.
That's
said,
twice
I
now.
also said
That's
Kelly
twice now.
Clarkson.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly
I think
Clarkson.
she would be awesome.
What was that from? From 40-Year-Old Virgin when he gets his
Chest
chest
hairs.
hairs. He doesn't swear. He yells, Kelly Clarkson. Oh my God. It's like his swear word. Anyway, sorry.
You guys remember lines. I barely remember that I saw that show.
Yeah. Bono, Ed Sheeran, Pink.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
All the people.
James
Taylor.
Taylor.
Uh-huh.
Cher.
Jason Mraz. Oh, Cher.
Let's just go with Cher.
Yeah. What amazing
Stamina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I don't even care what she's had done.
I don't.
I
care.
want to look exactly like that right now.
Yeah.
Not when
yeah.
I'm 70.
Right.
But
I
right
wanted
now.
to look like that
Well,
40
yes.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's one of my mom's favorites.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay, here's a really old school one that I think would be really interesting and fun. Would be Barbra Streisand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up listening to her.
I don't think I'd want her as my teacher, though,
How come?
because I think she'd be pretty,
Pretentious.
Critical.
yeah.
That makes
No.
sense.
I don't know if
I
she'd
guess. I
be
don't know.
instructional or just no.
And that's
No.
going to be a
Nope.
no from me.
Yeah. No. Move on.
What
Enough
about
of you. Move on.
Billy Joel? Do you think he'd be
Oh.
nice?
I think it'd be good.
And Elton John would be fun.
And how about Paul
yeah, I think
Simon?
Elton John would be
Paul Simon's fun.
How about Garfunkel?
You know, I didn't listen to that. I didn't
Yeah.
listen to them much.
Most of our
What?
audience doesn't even know
Ooh.
who we're talking
Oh
about.
my
at
I
this
know.
point.
I know.
Johnny Cash. Just because I love listening to his voice now.
Gosh, I
Yeah,
don't
just
know
re-
how
I
good
just
you
went
are from
right
the
to
grave,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What did you say about the grave?
He's dead.
how good
Johnny
you.
Cash is not dead. Johnny. Oh.
We are going to have to look at our producer. Johnny Cash dead.
We are definitely getting confirmation. Yes,
Johnny Cash apparently has been talking to me
Yes.
from the afterlife. then.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, okay then.
Schmigadoon.
I have another name for it sometimes, but I can't share it here.
Well, thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
We do not have our Blue Bowl today because we came rushing from school. Not that that's an excuse, but it's just the truth.
It's mine.
And we're, this one's rushing back to school.
Yeah.
So just what, and we already kind of talked about what we loved most about our week this week. So thank you again to Scott Pullen, who helped me so much get ready. And then just a really quick reminder, next week we're going to have our special guest, which is going to put our book review off till the first week of September. So you have a couple more weeks to get that book in, The Brilliant Life of Eudora. Don't miss it.
Thanks for listening to It's a Great Day to Talk.
Be sure to follow and subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform.
And until next week,
Get out there and talk.
This has been a production from a podcast studio.